I'm Chuck Schaefer, and in this video blog post, I'm going to make the case for sales and marketing leaders to move beyond the sales pipeline and create an integrated revenue cycle. The revenue cycle is the lead to customer conversion cycle. And for most businesses, it's disjointed, lacks discipline, and delivers imprecise visibility and unreliable predictability. Marketers normally manage top of the funnel leads, which begin with newly sourced leads and conclude with the lead transfer to sales. Sales normally manages the middle to end of the funnel in a pipeline which begins with sale opportunities and ends with sales wins or losses. Here's the business problem with this approach. The funnels are seldom connected, leaving gaps which produce lead leakage and miss the critical capability to systemically improve lead to customer conversions that is otherwise available from a closed loop cycle. Lost leads and inefficient conversions negatively impact sales win rates and top line revenues, a lethal combination to any business. There are other symptoms and setbacks as well. Marketing spend lacks measurability and definitive ROI and is often seen as a black hole by the C-suite. The disjointed process results in marketing and sales operating largely independently of each other, oftentimes with different goals and incentives. There's no revenue visibility beyond this month's or maybe this quarter's sales forecast. And sales staff productivity dramatically drops when sales professionals spend their time searching for, qualifying, and nurturing leads one at a time. Research clearly shows that as much as 50% of sales time is spent on unproductive prospecting, leaving little time for actual selling and advancing the most qualified leads through the pipeline. The solution to this business problem is an integrated revenue cycle. More progressive business leaders are morphing the marketing and sales funnels into a single revenue cycle. And with an end-to-end integrated process, sales and marketing become better aligned, leads get improved visibility and treatments, and sales and marketing leaders can better understand, model, and manipulate any factor in the sales cycle with a predictable result to conversions, new customer additions, and changes to top-line revenue. In fact, only when an integrated revenue cycle is in place can managers truly understand how making a change anywhere in the marketing or customer acquisition process will impact revenue performance. Creating an integrated revenue cycle isn't easy, but here's an 8-step framework to consider. First, get the right people on the team. This cannot be led or performed by just sales or marketing. It's a joint project that requires executive sponsorship and active participation from both sales and marketing. Second, you need to model your revenue cycle. The goals are to detect process gaps in the lead to customer conversion cycle, identify the most important performance measures to achieve desired outcomes, and develop a baseline that you can then measure and trend. Thirdly, align sales and marketing people and processes. There's a lot of processes to consider, but in my opinion, the first 3 lead cycle processes to be put into play should be the clear establishment of the revenue cycle lead progression stages, the objective definition of a sales-ready lead, and the lead recycling process. You want to define the specific criteria of a sales-ready lead so that both marketing and sales agree when the lead should be transferred to sales. And recognize this is a definition that gets better with learning and maturation. Finding the right balance so that qualified leads are not held back from the sales team and unqualified leads are not forwarded to the sales team is a fine line. Your sales-ready scoring model will periodically change as you learn from your results. Another process that is helpful in reducing lead leakage is recycling. This is the return of leads that were transferred to sales, but for whatever reason stall or go cold, and therefore need to be returned to marketing for continued nurturing until they demonstrate buying signals and reestablish a sales-ready lead score. Lead recycling is the single most effective process in reducing lead leakage and ensuring that no lead gets left behind. For your 4th task, create accountability with a lead cycle service level agreement. An SLA is a contract that sets expectations for the quality and possibly the quantity of leads that marketing will deliver to sales and prescribes the steps sales will take to pursue those leads. It's important to recognize in advance that implementing an SLA will very likely significantly reduce the volume of leads passed to sales. A more extensive qualification process results in fewer sales-ready leads. However, the higher quality leads which are transferred put sales into a more focused and full-time selling role. The net effect of fewer but higher quality leads for most organizations is increased sales. The fifth step is to create the right metrics. There are some interesting and potentially conflicting challenges that will have to be resolved in unifying objectives. For example, marketing activities are easy to measure, but marketing outcomes are hard to quantify. On the flip side, sales activities are hard to measure, but sales results, generally in the form of won sale opportunities, are easy to quantify. The key in creating the right metrics is to define the performance measures that most impact top company objectives, which normally includes revenues. Too many managers focus on departmental or tactical measures that are easy to measure or support individual goals rather than align with the most strategic needs of the company. The sixth step is to create common or shared incentives to align sales and marketing efforts. A symbiotic relationship is created when neither side can reach their potential without the other. Incentives drive sales and marketing behaviors, and changes to incentives also impact culture, which may therefore require change management planning. It's not an easy process, but when sales and marketing are aligned to the same outcomes, communication and teamwork rapidly evolve, and the volume and velocity of leads traversing the pipeline improves. The seventh step in the process is to leverage technology to scale processes, manage data, and deliver information insight. The key marketing technology component will be a marketing automation system. There are dozens of choices, but common names include Eloqua, HubSpot, Marketo, and Silverpop. These marketing applications automate the processes of digital lead tracking, lead acquisition, lead scoring, lead nurturing, and lead transfer, and also deliver rich lead management analytics. And finally, the eighth step is to deliver a closed-loop reporting process, which is needed for continuous process improvement. And this loop needs visibility and transparency by all from top to bottom. Marketing should have real-time visibility to leads transferred to sales, and sales should have visibility to leads being nurtured or recycled by marketing. If you succeed in mapping your complete customer conversion cycle with the right metrics, the baseline performance measures will become marketing science that delivers predictive modeling and revenue visibility. You'll gain the understanding to know how manipulating any marketing input will cascade through the revenue cycle and produce output in the form of top-line revenues. Normally, companies have no accurate visibility to future revenues beyond the sales forecast. But sales forecasts are limited to short-term predictions, as they are restricted to what specific accounts will do at specific times. But marketers with revenue cycle visibility understand the relationship between today's top-of-the-funnel leads and future period revenues. By knowing the revenue cycle conversion metrics and lead cycle duration for each of the revenue cycle stages, marketers have the data to accurately predict revenues beyond the sales forecast. This is extremely helpful in setting future period expectations, or better yet, making near-term changes that will impact future period revenues. And with that, you've got a revenue cycle framework that empowers marketers to apply science to link marketing investments to all downstream lead conversions and financial outcomes. And when companies move beyond a standalone sales cycle to get to a complete lead-to-customer revenue cycle, they more effectively advance leads through the pipe, increase sales wins, grow customer acquisitions, and earn more revenues.